Okay, so this thing has just respawned today, I believe. I don't know if it's today or not, but it has respawned before these have finished promoting. So I think that I want to keep them up on the front line for now. Since the other formation is better with them on the back line. Though the thing is, them on the back line, it means that they... Yeah, I don't know. They're only rank 4, so they are not quite yet out damaging veterans as far as their damage against this boss. Alright. Already time to retry. Did invest in a couple more cryo troopers just in case. So we'll see if that has any real effect on this or not. It probably won't, but backups are good to have. Alright, that's 2 times in a row that it's managed to not die to a couple of attacks. Okay. That's really nice, and by nice, I mean kind of annoying. So I'll try again, right? That is... Let's see if we can get a crit here. There we go, a single crit. That will seal the deal effectively. And then it's up to stun now. Second RNG check for this thing. And there's going to be a lot of those RNG check on the stuns, so gotta hope it doesn't stun anything. Well, that is perfectly acceptable. Didn't stun any of this. Ah, that was... Okay, I think maybe the crowd trooper should be on the second row there. Because if it's on the front row and the checker attack hits, it will in fact damage 2 snakes, as opposed to damaging only 1 snake. There's a single stun, but is it gonna be worth continuing here? Could use a few more crits on our attacks here. Could very much use some more crits. Okay, that stunned 2 helicopters. So that is a guaranteed retreat, I believe. Alright, time to pull out the guys again. Yeah. Managed to lose 2 veterans there also, which is not so great. Okay, arm down. And now we pray for no stunning and potentially good at dodging, but that's not good enough. Not good enough. Alright. Back to the normal attacking. It's focusing down one tank, which is maybe decent. But it's stunning a double hit, so yeah. Double stun, double bad. Aircraft. Go, there we go, there we go. Two crits, but let's see if it's actually killable. It might just be. Okay, that was very unlucky, if I'm being entirely honest. What HP there? Oh well. It was close, but not quite. Not quite. See if I can get actual victory or something, right? No crits, so we'll try again. No crits, okay. Oh wow. Well, yeah, that's definitely a reset. I don't want to be losing those. Move everything around back to the proper spots. Again. Alright. After the cryo trooper this time. And then I guess we're gonna see what the eye attack does. Well, that is double helicopter stun. Okay. Cool. Soldiers all the way out here. Vehicles. I'm getting pretty fast at putting out all the units, I guess, maybe. So that's not going to be below. Yeah, that's not in the range of killable with a tank or anything. Is to be below 350 roughly to be potentially killable. Okay, made it past the first laser. Always a good thing. Alright, there goes the cryo man. I want to hope for crits on this, but yeah, that's pretty decent. 45s, 49, and there's a triple stun. Okay, cool. Cool. So try, keep trying until I'm out of cryo troopers. Or until I lose something of actual value. Like one of the snakes. Or 2 more veterans. Alright, we got... Okay, arm actually died at least. At the very least. Triple crit, that is pretty nice. Single crit. Not bad. Another single crit, okay. And no stuns on the helicopters. Which is the key there. Okay, why did it... I thought it was going to be able to not go for that, but I guess it still went for that. Could use more crits here. Well, that's a dead run. Okay, cool. Alright. First check cleared, and second check will be coming up here in a second. Second check did not clear, alright. That is just the way it goes, I guess. Okay, let's try again. Let's try again. $400? Okay, thank you game. Waste an attack on the cryo trooper. Potentially. Would be nice if I had... Well, okay then. I guess that's a retry, isn't it? I'm trying to do here, I guess, is, you know, manage to kill this thing on the day it spawned, but that might not be possible depending on the luck of things. At least we didn't lose any units before having to retreat that time. Didn't lose any units before having to retreat that time. Always the positives where you can find them. Always the positives where you can find them. If you can find any positives, of course, but I don't know. I feel like there's plenty of positives to be found in not having to spend extra resources to heal stuff. Plenty of positives. As long as I'm getting at least a 1 crit per attack on average, I think it should be decent. But, okay. Only 1 stun that time. I think that's actually acceptable. That's the one I just used. plus one I just used, so it's gonna be just fine. A couple more crits. So now we're waiting on the second eye laser to see if that stuns everything or lets the fight continue. Huh, is that... That's only one stun though, so maybe. Oh, but it's a stun on the... while it's reloading, so it's gonna be 2 turns delayed. Okay, I don't know if that's actually gonna be worth it or not. It's probably not. Got roughly half of his HP still. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna work this time around. Yeah, well, that answers that question. How did I manage to click on a recon vehicle? Not sure. So I was scrolling. Must have hit the button while scrolling. It's nice that for the most part, you managed to not lose units except for the cryo troopers. The cryo trooper supply is half of what it started at, I think, now. That's a stun. Will I accept a stun? I will accept a simple stun. Nice extra crit damage. Beating up the tanks on the front there. Hitting them with the checker laser beam or whatever. I don't know what it's called, but it's something like that. Okay, 2 helicopters stunned. Yeah. Hopefully, I can manage to get somewhere on this today. Hopefully. Otherwise, might have to be tomorrow. Or even the day after. Well, I mean, if it's tomorrow, then the Mega Tanks will be R5, and those will be all set to be, you know, primary damage dealers ahead of the veterans. Okay, retreat. Now I would maybe try the other formation, but I'm gonna... That other formation is actually designed to have the tanks alive later on, because they're on the back row and stuff. And if the tanks are on the back row, that means they're like, you know, prime damage dealers rather than frontline tanks. Ugh. Hitting the mic there. Okay, laser, and we retry. Yeah, gotta get basically the best RNG possible. Or, you know, at least good enough RNG that I feel like I have a chance of winning rather than the alternative. Something like that is actually really nice. I guarantee a kill there with the tank. we got one extra turn of, or one less ammo used on the arm, I guess. Okay, that's a stun. I'll use the tank for 50 damage. I'll realize that it's still stunned. The tanks could actually crit also, but it's not super likely. Okay. Well, that's what I call a reset. That's what I call a reset, indeed. Soldiers. Might be one of the first times that I hit my, that I run out of cryo troopers before actually losing enough other units to it. Okay, that is 2 times in a row that the arm there has just gotten obliterated on the first helicopter attack, so maybe it's a sign of good things. We see right now. No stuns on the helicopters, that's another sign of potentially something good. And ideally, we want at least one tank to be very high HP compared to the other two. Well, I guess it doesn't matter now anyways. That's 2 lasers and 2 stuns. Consistency of the stun is pretty crazy sometimes. So, you know, passing RNG check after RNG check. Sometimes we even win. Okay, somehow the helicopters did not get stunned. I will most definitely, I'll definitely accept that. Okay, that's a dead cryo trooper. Hope that it doesn't go terribly wrong here. Okay, that's actually not too bad. The tanks are not going to be lasting much longer either. So I better... 34 damage, that's not very good. Veterans are more consistent currently. Oh, that's 2 stuns, so that's a reset. Oops, soldiers. Wrong positioning. Wrong positioning. I mean, there's no way I should be able to use all the cryo troopers, right? Wrong. There's definitely a world in which I lose all the cryo troopers and get no real attempts done on this thing. There There's definitely a world in which I lose all the cryo troopers. And here I was thinking that having two more total would make a difference. Maybe if they were rank 5, it would actually make a bigger difference. Because they would actually potentially survive the melee attack like that, you know? Huh. Well, I guess this is another dead run with another dead cryo trooper. Another dead, another dead. Well, 2 out of 13. About to be 1 out of 13. So I will be launching into the attack here. Okay. Man. This armor better die. Okay, thank goodness. That would have been really annoying to just lose the cryo trooper again. Oh, but okay. Okay, game. Okay, game. Let's see here. Well, I might as well use the other formation once. Just to see how horribly it goes, perhaps. Because the cryo trooper is the last cryo trooper. And if it's the last cryo trooper, then that means that, okay, I'll take that. That's looking up a little bit. Of course, it's gonna look down right here, yep. Looking way down. Instantaneously. I keep using this other formation until I lose the cryo trooper or complete the run or lose everything, I don't know. As you know, maybe I'll have better luck. Well, that's not better luck, alright. Now, the reason I like the tanks in front formation more, because it feels less bad most of the time. So, let's see again what we got here. Okay. Ugh. Sucks to reset that quickly, so. But I'm sticking with it. I'm gonna keep using this potentially not so great formation until I actually cannot fight the boss anymore. Okay. This is the last run. Which means it's all down to whether or not the stun hits. Okay, that's 1 unit stunned, 1 helicopter stunned. I can accept that. That's really not so great. That's also not so useful, or not so nice. Okay, there's a dead veteran, and there's 2 stunned helicopters. Okay, that's literally it. Okay, Ancient Sentinel, I guess you win today. But tomorrow Or, yeah. Yeah, tomorrow. Okay. Day 2. Let's see if I can manage to lose, what is it, like 3 guys? Yeah, I've got only 3 of these guys. So I'm gonna use one of them on the formation I was using the other day, right? On the formation that I've used several times and it seems to work pretty well. Well, we'll see if it actually works or not, right? And then we're gonna try and fight the boss. Because that is always the plan. Okay, so that stunned only the single target that I had already attacked with, so I would say that that is actually pretty good. As for the actual damage stuff is taking, it might not be so great. Like, that tank is getting really damaged. Alright, so it's going to attack with the, what's it called, the big laser attack. So I'm going to use the tank here. Alright, no stun on 2 helicopters. Now, I guess I better just make use of the tanks while I've got them. So that stunned a helicopter, which is not the best. Veteran there is taking some heat. That was the wrong attack. I can't believe I just did that. Okay, so this is gonna be 2 turns away, yeah. Tank. Snake. And get stunned, perhaps? No? No stuns? Okay. That's very good. And we're just gonna unload all the ammo that the snakes have, if possible. If possible. But it's looking very close to possible. Okay, so that stunned a lot of stuff there, which is not the best. Okay, veteran, please do something. Tank over there is, it's got 600 HP left. Might be screwed. Not getting enough crits here. Yeah. This is not gonna win as a... Okay, the helicopter survived. But it's gonna be reloading. Meaning it's all down to the veteran that just got obliterated. Now maybe I can... If the helicopter survives 3 rounds, it can kill it, but it's not going to survive 3 rounds, is it? Let's find out. Okay, it actually did survive 3 rounds, but it didn't kill it. Amazing. Alright, well, there's day 2 of attempts done already. Insane.
And you may find yourself living in a shotgun shack. And you may find yourself in another part of the world. And you may find yourself behind the wheel of a large automobile. And you may find yourself in a beautiful house with a beautiful wife. And you may ask yourself, well, how did I get here? Letting the days go by, let the water hold me down. Letting the days go by, water flowing underground into the blue again. After the money's gone, once in a lifetime, water flowing underground. And you may ask yourself, how do I work this? And you may ask yourself, where is that large automobile? And you may tell yourself, this is not my beautiful house. And you may tell yourself, this is not my beautiful wife. Letting the days go by, let the water hold me down. Letting the days go by, water flowing underground into the blue again. After the money's gone, once in a lifetime, water flowing underground. Same as it ever was. 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 Letting the days go by. Let the water hold me down. Letting the days go by. Water flowing underground into the blue again. After the money's gone, once in a lifetime, water flowing underground. You may ask yourself, what is that beautiful house?
Okay, here we go. Now we can go into this thing, and we'll go to the vehicles, pull out the tanks. I'm going to do the tanks on the front row real quickly. Got 7 cryo troopers alive, which is hopefully good enough. If it's not, then oh well, but if it is, then all the better. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to alternate between this and the veterans on the front line for this day of attempts or whatever. Because maybe things will go pretty well. Or, you know, maybe they'll go pretty badly, like demonstrated previously. Although, you know, no stuns on the snakes there. That might be absurdly good. The lack of crits on... yeah, it might be over already. There's not enough crits on the body here, I don't think. I mean, maybe there is. Maybe. But it's feeling a bit iffy right now. I guess we'll get determined by... okay, so it's suppressed, but maybe it'll work. A couple of good crits, actually. Not bad. Use the tank here. Couple more good crits. Couple more good crits, okay. I'm gonna use the tanks now. And hopefully... okay. Well, that is very unfortunate. That is a confirmed defeat there, I'd say. Confirmational. Exactly. Okay, I gotta make sure to not screw this up on the first turn. Instead, I'll let the boss screw it up for me. Or I'll let the snake screw it up. You know, whoever wants to screw it up, but I'm gonna try to make sure I don't screw it up. I really gotta get these snakes to rank 9. And that's the 2 snakes that I'm about to attack with, so I think this is a retry again. Yeah. So in other words, we're gonna keep on going. I'm gonna actually try and do this formation again. I don't want the critters, I want the soldiers, please, game. Now the thing about this formation is the mega tanks are R5 now, so they should actually be able to sort of clutch up the fight if they're on the back lines and manage to survive long enough. But that's only if the snakes and other units can manage to actually do a good enough job to begin with. So, there is that, of course. There is that, of course. Okay, cool. That's retry time. Once I get into the editing phase of this video, which is hopefully going to be today. Now, it would really suck if it was tomorrow, because that would mean that I didn't manage to defeat this thing today. But at very least, this thing's respawn timer starts the moment it spawns, rather than starting after you kill it. So, at very least, it's pretty, or sort of forgiving like that, I guess. Despite being completely unforgiving in every other aspect. So we got a non-snake kill on the... Okay. Well, that is gonna decide it for me. Yeah. Time to swap back to... Well, actually, no, I'm not gonna swap. I'm not gonna swap. I'm gonna do all my runs today in this formation, if possible. Because I really feel like this is... Well, maybe not. I'm trying to feel like I'm doing a good job here. I'm trying to feel like I know what I'm doing. But I might just not be. Might just not. You never know. I mean, experience versus this boss is supposed to be something that helps you fight it again. Okay, so that's gonna attack, but that's only one stun, so I think I'll be fine. Instead, we'll hit with the tank attack, go for snake attack, and we'll realize that we need more crits. We really need more crits. We really need more crits here. Okay, I think we've lost. I think I've lost this run. Yeah. I was not getting enough crits anyways. Yeah, I really gotta get the snake ranked up so it has more crit chance, because that would be very nice to have. Not sure how I can manage to get such a long run of no crits at all. Because this thing's a tank, so it's got 30% to crit versus. So it's like, you know, 1 in 3 chance, fires 3 times, and then somehow, with those odds, managed to get no crits for like, you know, 5 turns in a row or whatever that was. That's what I call some pretty bad RNG. Yeah. Okay, no crits. 2 crits. Okay, that makes up for it. 2 crits again. That's actually really nice. Everything is stunned, huh? But do I go for it? I'm thinking not, because that's too many stuns probably. Too many stuns. Too much of that. Really would like to get the run at least completed. Okay, that's an instant crit hit, so I'm gonna re-roll again. Something I did like about having the tanks up front is they're less likely to get crit hits from the arm, but at the same time, they'll be dead faster. They'll be dead faster, and then the tanks are actually very valuable in this fight because they cost widgets to heal, and so I'm not super keen on having to heal them if I end up having to heal something. I mean, the tanks on the front line was really great when they were at rank 4 because of the simple fact that, you know, tanks on the front line is actually not too bad when they're not your damage dealer. Because they'll get stunned and they'll be a meat shield. But having them on the back is better when they do as much damage as they do now. Okay, is that acceptable? That's acceptable. That's acceptable. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna try it. It's gonna end badly next time the eye laser shoots anyways. And if it doesn't end badly, then I'm winning. But if it ends badly, or if I keep getting no crits, then I lose. So, 6 damage. Oh no. 6 damage? Well, no. Action. Okay. Okay, we try it. Try it. Excellent dodge on Mr. Veteran. He's got 6 HP left, and he's going to tank another hit for me. Or he's not going to tank another hit. But the snakes can attack again. Some of them can. And that's what matters. Okay. Kidding me? You kidding me, right? Do I have the firepower to survive the Checker Strike and the Ancient Sentinel, even though everything is stunned for 2 turns? It's gonna kill at least 2 of the snakes, I believe. Mega tanks probably won't survive long either. Okay, I'm still gonna go for it because hopefully I get lucky, which I don't think I did. But let's see, go for this. The tanks are actually going to be alive last this time. Okay, that helicopter survived. Is he going to Checker Strike though? He can Checker Strike. He can Laser Eye. I'm going to have to use the other snake though. It's going to stun everything. Do like no damage. And everything is stunned now. And there goes this. Is it gonna? It's not gonna. I don't have enough. I don't have enough. Well, I guess tomorrow might be the day. You never know. Alright, here we are. The next day, I guess. Alright, time to reset again. Because that's how it goes. Trying to not lose stuff too quickly. But perhaps quick enough to get some. Okay, well, gotta try again, I guess. Gotta try again, I guess. Now we see if it does the same thing again, right? Well, same attack, different result. So, I guess it depends, right? But maybe we'll get somewhere. Three crits, that's actually really good. 2 more crits, okay. I'll take that. Gonna use the eye again and the arm again. It's one of those two. Yeah, that's really cool. That's really cool. Okay. I'm gonna try the other formation this time because I'm sick of doing the other formation for now. Since I'm sick of doing the other formation, I guess this is the one this time around. Although, it does depend on stuns here. Okay, that's acceptable. Would like it if it didn't do that on the two snakes. Tanks are holding up alright, except for that one. That one's practically dead. Let's see. I'm gonna use the laser this turn, so I'm gonna use the tank instead. Score a nice crit. Snakes again. Keep on snaking. It's actually looking pretty good here. I use the low health tank because it's getting beaten up here. Use the other tank. Check for stuns. Only one real stun. Okay. Veteran, go. Laser did nothing. Alright. Tank again. Okay. Snake, go. Now, tentatively speaking, I'd say this is actually looking not so bad right about now. So this is going to be stunned still. Okay, we're going to use the tank that's almost dead, because it's going to die. Okay, laser, 2 stuns. Didn't stun this one though, so maybe. Good dodge on Veteran Man. Tank again. Snake, go. Snake again. Alright, how's his health looking? 585. Okay, this is gonna make or break it. You know, I can accept that. Okay, so stunned, stunned, not stunned. Okay, tank down. Snake fire. And his other snake fire because the eye is about to fire. Tank also. Okay, cool. And that actually counts as a victory, finally. Now, it took a few days, but finally got a good enough run. So that is nice. I'm gonna click OK here and the boss might have already respawned, but it didn't. Okay. Well, that's the end of that.